and gentlemen, Dan Rafael has reported that there's some complications in finalizing the deal between Vergil Ortiz versus Jerome Ennis. Yet it has nothing to do with Golden Boy Promotions having problems or issues with Matchroom Boxing, who promotes Boots Ennis. Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, Eric Gomez promotes Vergil Ortiz. That the issue is that Vergil Ortiz's manager and Golden Boy Promotions, Eric Gomez and Oscar De La Hoya, have their issues. That's what's reported. Now, Rick is a prestige manager in the sport of boxing, one of the best managers in the sport of boxing. And both of these guys are wonderful fighters, phenom in the 154-pound division, and many think that this is the primary fight at 154-pound division. Yet, we cannot neglect that we could have seen this fight a while ago. But Jerome Boots Ennis declined. He ducked a lucrative offer when it was on the table by Turki Al-Sheikh, which everybody loves because he has been a great addition to the sport of boxing, right? He has eliminated the hiccups in the sport of boxing. But I think because now that Turki Al-Sheikh and everybody knows that Turki Al-Sheikh is giving that bag, not everybody is really trying to be greedy, maybe. Not everybody, but maybe people trying to be greedy, in which now we've seen a couple of hiccups in which we wasn't seeing in the beginning. And where Turki Al-Sheikh wants to make fights. But one of the guys that been ducking Turki Al-Sheikh purses in the past has been Jerome Boots Ennis. He did duck the Vergil Ortiz and the Teofimo Lopez purses. And Eddie Hearn has publicly stated that these were lucrative offers. The most money that Boots Ennis could have made, right? So how are we going to point the finger now, or the gun, at Vergil Ortiz if they're not trying to finalize the deal with Jerome Boots Ennis? Yes, I want to see that fight. Yes, it's one of the primary fights in the sport of boxing. But yet, that fight is for no titles. Now, are you a hardcore boxing fan that care about the titles, or you a hardcore boxing fan that doesn't care about the titles, or you only care about the titles when it benefits your argument? Now, I believe that Vergil Ortiz is in the driver's seat in this one. I just can't find me being irritated or frustrated or mad at Vergil Ortiz's team because Boots was the one that ducked. Now, of course, 2 wrongs don't make a right. 2 ducks don't make a right. Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know if I could be truly mad at Vergil Ortiz. Does this fight... I don't think this fight should be marinated more, yet I do want this fight, though. I do feel that it should be for something. It should be for some type of legacy, because if they do fight and the winner, they only get bragging rights, right? What it does for their legacy, right? At the end of the day, we're living in the sport of boxing that belts don't matter like it used to be. Especially when there's some matchups like we really want to see. Just like I believe that Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tan Davis is a fight that needed to take place for this young generation. And it really wasn't for no belts. People didn't even care. You know what I'm saying? Yo, put it this way. If Teofimo Lopez didn't have the belt, I still think that Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez will be a wonderful fight, and a fight that's needed to take place. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, you know, the boxing fans... most, I believe, or have, I can't speak for everybody, but I do think that when there's a matchup to be made, we really don't care what's in place, because at the end of the day, without Vergil Ortiz having a belt, or Boots Ennis having a belt in the 154-pound division, many feel that the primary fight in the 154-pound division is Vergil Ortiz versus Jerome Boots Ennis. But what about Xander Zayas and Vergil? What about Xander Zayas and Boots? What about Fundura and Vergil, Fundura and Boots? You know, I believe there's supposed to be a fight with Keith Thurman versus Fundura. We haven't heard any news about their rescheduled date. But who should we hold responsible for Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz not coming through fruition? Maybe it could be 50-50 if they both got to take the blame. But as of right now, Boots Ennis or Eddie Hearn cannot be mad. They cannot be frustrated, because it was Jerome Boots Ennis who ducked the fight. See, we would have never seen the Lubin fight. We would have never... See, Boots chose to fight Lima. You know what I'm saying? Over Vergil Ortiz and Teofimo Lopez. Let's not forget why Teofimo Lopez was so frustrated with Turkey Al Sheikh. And that's what Turkey Al Sheikh wanted to see. Let's not forget that Turkey Al Sheikh said after the Bud Crawford versus Madrimov, when Bud Crawford underperformed, right? And Turkey Al Sheikh didn't even mention Canelo Alvarez and Bud. He mentioned Vergil Ortiz and Bud. You know what I'm saying? Boots has declined offer. And we're not hearing that there's an offer from Turkey Al Sheikh with this fight. I think that Matchroom Boxing and Oscar De La Hoya is trying to do. We don't even know if Turkey want to deal with Boots anymore because he declined a couple fights. Right? Now, we're going to call guys like Tim Tszyu and the other like dumb for not working with Turkey Al Sheikh. Right? Got to hold Boots Ennis accountable if this fight don't come to fruition. Yes, if Vergil Ortiz don't fight him, but who could be mad at Vergil? Vergil was the one that been fighting high-level competition, 3 straight fights. He's put his O on the line. He's risked it more, while Boots been tippy-toeing his way. I really, and to be honest, I really don't, because of the track record of Boots, and I'm a huge fan of his skill set. I'm a huge fan of Vergil Ortiz. I do want to see the fight, and I don't want to play the politic game, but in the end of the day, Boots Ennis and his team has a reputation of not giving the fans what we want to see. They have the reputation of declining and avoiding and ducking fights, high-profile fights that could enhance the sport of boxing, that has to could captivate the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans. Oh yeah, we seen the post-fight interview and stuff like that. Yeah, we hear Eddie Hearn saying, "Oh yeah, we'll find your pen" and stuff like that. End of the day, Vergil Ortiz does not have a record of ducking and avoiding fights. So for now, I'm giving Vergil Ortiz the benefit of the doubt just a little bit, because at the end of the day, I still want to see that fight, and I believe that the Zone would have put that fight. I think that Oscar De La Hoya would like that fight. I think that Vergil will also like that fight. But now, what's on the paper? What's on the paperwork? Let's see. We don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Y'all already know y'all tuning in to Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Woo! Shine himself. Everybody have a great holiday. Ho ho ho, Merry Cream, okay?